What's up, guys? Welcome to this interesting video here. Star Wars actor Ian McDiarmid confirms legendary villain Palpatine definitely fucked. Ian McDiarmid, the actor who plays legendary Star Wars villain Emperor Palpatine, confirms his questionable love life. Now, look, we're going to read the article, but there is a major segue we're going to make into this of how actually Palpatine was supposed to. Let's just read the article and then we'll get into that, because it was during the time of George. In The Rise of Skywalker, it's revealed that Rey, an orphan with Jedi powers, was actually Palpatine's granddaughter, which put the thought of him possibly doing the nasty in the heads of fans everywhere, including McDiarmid himself. And of course, during the time of Episode 9, so many fans were like, ew, did Palpatine, fuck someone? Did he do something? Like, was he dating? Was he getting down and dirty? And no, the answer is he wasn't. I actually read the Rise of Skywalker novel, which explained a million more things than the actual film did, unfortunately. And what happened was Palpatine had a clone. The clone was non-force sensitive, which happens when you clone force sensitives. Most often, it doesn't work out very efficient. It doesn't work out very properly the way you would hope it would. And the clone is actually, if by some lucky divine miracle it's force sensitive, then it's going to have some major psychological problems. And of course, you can check this out for yourself in the Force Unleashed 2 games. Now, with Palpatine having a non-force sensitive son, that son ran away, fell in love, found a woman, had a kid. That kid was Rey. Rey became extremely force sensitive, and that's how it happened. But Palpatine didn't get down. Anyways, Ian's having a laugh. I think no matter what film Ian was in, he did a exemplary job, an amazing job as an actor. Arguably, I don't even think arguably, the best actor, I think, in all of Star Wars. So whether it's the prequels or originals or the unfortunate sequels, he did a great job with whatever script he was given. And definitely, Star Wars wouldn't be the same without him. So he goes on to say, please don't pursue that line too vigorously, but yes, he does have sex. Ian McDiarmid said, it's a horrible idea to think of Palpatine having sex in any shape or form, but then, of course, perhaps he didn't. And, bless his heart, man, he's always having a good time, in interviews and having a laugh, giving us something to talk about and think about. The actor continued stating, maybe it's all to do with midichlorians. And don't ask me what those are. Never trust your granddaughter. That's the t-shirt Palpatine got made shortly after his death. Okay, so there was a show that George Lucas was going to make before he sold it to Disney. And this was supposed to be an underworld show of Coruscant. It was going to have a young Boba Fett. It was going to have the backstory of Palpatine. Now, this backstory, and this information comes... I'm trying to find the article, and if I find it, just know I didn't find it during the making of this video. I'm going to pop it up right here. I made a video on this a while ago, a long time ago. Palpatine's backstory. It's titled something like that. Anyways, there was this official from Lucasfilm, or so he claimed. I believe I did some background work, and he actually did work there. There was this official from Lucasfilm, and he was saying how in this 50-episode project that George Lucas had written, or the 50 episodes, 50-something script, Palpatine's backstory was the whole reason this guy was so evil was because of a bad breakup. Funny we're doing this on Valentine's Day, too. It was because of a bad breakup. Now, I think Palpatine is one of the most amazing villains of all time, simply because he's just pure evil. You don't get that too often, right? You usually get good guys who turn evil because they have some motivation or there's something they want and they have to do these horrible things, or they have to become evil for some sort of reason. Much like Anakin Skywalker. He had to become evil to save Padme so that he could unlock the powers to save her. So, with Palpatine, he's just pure evil. He has no other motivation other than being freaking evil. So, for him to go through a really bad breakup, and that's the reason he's like so evil, maniacally evil, I think would just be a little bit funny, a little bit laughable, and it would kind of ruin his amazing character arc and villainness. So I think, it's a good thing that that show didn't come out, if that was even true, which I don't even know if it was, but I remember the person writing about it, and he was saying that, thank God it didn't get made because it would have ruined Palpatine's story. And yeah, that would have. I love George. Whatever he says to do with Star Wars is Star Wars. That is the story, no matter what. But man, that would have been rough. Imagine the whole thing. It's like you're so evil because of a bad breakup, bro. Like that. This is what gave you your villain arc, but it's not even an arc. It's just like villain indefinite. It would have been pretty funny, but just would have kind of made a mockery of the character almost and humanized him too much. So I'm glad that was never included. And as for Palpatine having sex, I tend to think that Palpatine is above such mortal needs and physical needs as mortals are, as mortals desire. I think Palpatine, is too busy for that. He doesn't care, and he's more so interested in dominating the galaxies in the stars. So anyways, that's my thoughts on Palpatine and my comments on Ian McDiarmid saying Palpatine Hope you enjoyed this video and a bit of the backstory on the show. I wish we would have gotten that show. I think it transpired into The Mandalorian with, some inspiration to Jon Favreau. I believe he took perhaps from that show. But anyways, hey, maybe one day we'll get a Underworld Coruscant show and they'll show a sort of a young Boba Fett or something like that, which would be pretty sweet. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check me out on Instagram at Star Wars Theory and on X at Real SW Theory. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you always.